Hopefully, is this the last time? No, I got one more actually. Cool. Or two more actually. So, very cool. Timed just right. It's timed perfectly this year for my schedule. So today's is going to be extinct. I thought I'd have a sketch for today, but that's okay. We can just rough one out. Kind of have a basic idea of what I want to draw. Sorry, it's really light right now. Might be hard to see. It'll get easier to see as the time goes, as I get a... In fact, I'll use a darker pencil. Let's see if this one's better. A little bit. Straight on might not be good. I'll do a side view, actually. We'll see. Yeah. This is why it's good to just do it really... I'll draw a sketch really light at first, because then you can just use a kneaded eraser even to just get rid of it. So... It's gonna be like my fantasy version of a Jurassic Park scene. Except I'm gonna give it little barbs on its wings. There are actually birds that have that, apparently. Even now, so. Keep its tail elevated and level. Actually, this looks better than before, even doing this view. Be a picture of one of the main characters, well, sub-characters, but important characters taking, she's the wife of Richard Steelsong. It's Gail Steelsong, and she's super excited that she's run into this thing. It's pretty rare to see anything resembling a giant like it's like a T-Rex mixed with Keshin, which is a type of forest spirit. It's got these like doe horns on top of its head. I'm almost tempted to make them even moose horns because of how big this thing is. Yeah, let's make a moose actually. Might have to get up in a second because I'm watching the puppies tonight and just to check in on them from time to time. But other than that, it's going to be a pretty laid back drawing. Carapace over its face looking like a skull, kind of. It's about right. It's a little bigger than a... It's not a gargantuan-sized one. This is like a... teenage one maybe or something like that. But still, it's actually pretty close, I think, actually, to what they're supposed to be. People always imagine them, I think, bigger than they are because of some of the angles in the old Jurassic Park movies. I think they're not really... They're more long than they are tall. So... maybe they're like... I don't know. Kind of like these teeth smaller a little bit. I think I'm going to go overboard with the teeth. Mouth. Some of them can be a little bigger, but for the most part, it has to be able to chew. Maybe it's got this to produce different sounds. That's a pretty good rough. Just gotta go in with a thicker pencil, and then, darker pencil, and then we'll go to the ink. So, probably do this one green, just because it's a forest deity thing. One pencil that I'm missing that I know I have somewhere, but is way too dark. Maybe. I don't know. That'll do. Okay. What the? My phone decided to ignore the fact that I plugged it in. And by that I mean I accidentally kicked the power cord loose. I think we're good. I don't need to... Tracing over everything's going to be a waste of time. So... I'll put my glove on so I don't... Because I found my glove last time. It helps with just stretches out your hand while you're working so you don't get cramps in your arm as much. There's an entire chapter that focuses around this one and a smaller one. I think it does look a little better with smaller teeth, actually, because then you can... Yeah. Is it, though? I mean, I can shrink her down a little bit, I guess. It's not going to be super huge, but maybe, like, take her down one head size or something like that, and that should be accurate. Because it's I have a feeling I don't have to watch the animals, so... Just keep drawing until they say something. Oh, sounds like things are happening outside. I'll be right back. I'm going to see what's everyone's up to tonight. That'll be maybe puppy sitting. So, yep, one sec. It looks off. Maybe if I do that, then. It's got these like super hard plates on its underbelly and across its legs for dueling with other competitors. Although the one in the book's going to be in the comic's going to be a mother, so. Maybe its like head is like black feathers, like a crow. And then they go into a more of a gray as they go down. I wish I had my. We could do that actually. The ink wash thing again. Might have to come back. I might have to go fill up some of my brushes though. So, that's actually pretty good. Oops, it's a little thick though. Yeesh. Good for a first application, but a little more than I meant to put on water-wise. Yeah, maybe it's like black and green. Maybe this part's green. And parts of its feathers are maybe like the tips. Just to give it something to make itself stand out. Nothing in that. I should have filled these up before the stream. Maybe. Unless I have to. Do I have a gray? Somewhere black, but. Yeah, I'll be right back. Just gonna get some more water for these. Unless... I don't like that. I might change that. How can I change that? That's too 90s dinosaur. I'm trying to think of a cool color for this. Whoops. Oh, that's annoying. I think I just knocked it out again. Or maybe not. Get some more black back into it. Darken it up its angles a little more. see what else can we put in this. Problem is the only nature colors are kind of dull, so it's more like just like I could do greens. I guess I was gonna make it like an autumn one actually, so I could put in some yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be based around like autumn. So some reds in there too. If I can find the red. We could always do this red, I guess, but I gotta be very careful. Get like little specks of red on the... This is more of a magenta, unfortunately, but it's okay. Maybe I can go over it with a red. That looks cool. Yeah. And then maybe some on the claws could be red. I could have this magenta on them and the tips of the wings. There. To give it a little bit more flair. I can go over this again, but I just want to kind of coat it down, and I can put like a orange tinge behind it, like so. Okay. What are we doing on time? Pretty good, 40 minutes. I'm pretty close to being done with this part, and I can just finish up this off stream. Just because it's like kind of distracting with everything else that's going on around here. I don't want to, because I have to keep the door open, unfortunately, and it might kind of make it hard to hear me over the TV and everything else that's going on, because other people are home right now. So. Wild dog or something having the hair on its back kind of chewed up when it's asserting itself, because it smells people. It smells that it's not alone. And when I get possibly like get on the foreground over here. But for now, let's just worry about this. Gonna make this like a natural forest where there's not much. It's just all plant life and everything around, because maybe make this kind of part of a clearing where behind it there's these smaller trees. Oh, that's too close to it. I'll have to fix that. This would be a really big tree behind it. Not sure if this is what the environment's gonna look like when I actually do the comic itself, but for this scene, why not? Just so I can have. Okay. And since I'm on low power mode and everything, how are we doing on? We're still doing slightly okay. I'll draw for a few more minutes and then I'll call it, because and then maybe add more dark around the eyes. Make these lines a little thicker. Oops, almost slipped there. So I started to watch that Inside Job. It's it's okay. It's always a risk with these adult TV shows. You never know which ones are going to be good and which ones are just going to be kind of derivative, but it's at least its own thing. So I'll give it that for sure. these hard, like, this hard carapace on top of its legs, like armor. So I think we're pretty good. I think I'm almost done. Well, with this part anyway, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna incorporate. I might make the horns like an orange tips or something like that. And then they kind of just get lighter as you go down, kind of thing. More of a brown everywhere else, but they have this like slight glow to them. And then maybe try coloring some of these trees in the some similar colors, like make it these trees with yellow leaves, so it blends in kind of with its setting a little bit, and the trees maybe are. Yeah, I like that. I like that effect. And we'll get rid of that pen. There it is. Do black trees. So yeah. I like these ash colored trees. Gives me an excuse to make these just easy black outlines for the tree limbs. So and then we'll do a that's not the right green. Guess we'll just use this. So Give them a little bit of weird coloring too, so don't 100% blend in, but it doesn't really have to. Crete doesn't really have to. It's more of a scavenger anyway. It can pursue certain prey, but that's slower than it. But it's much like a T-Rex. It's mostly just, well, from what I can't say for sure, but from what we know, T-Rexes were believed to be mostly scavengers. And that should do it. We got yeah, looks pretty good. We got our I was gonna put a character in there, but I think actually that's fine. Maybe I will just for scale, but I don't know. I don't think it needs it really. Yeah, maybe for story. Yeah, but if they're that close, they're dead. So let's just looking again on Thursday, where our prompt is, I believe, connect. So I'll try to. That's a little trickier. So I'll probably this one I already kind of had an idea. Even though I didn't have a sketch, I knew I was going to draw